right, we are going to talk about something that is on a lot of people's minds, right? Because this is another one. We have another strong player in the game here with InArt and Hot Toys that are really competing for Batman's heart. Like Kiko had mentioned, Batman sells. People love Batman. People love the Robert Pattinson Batman, even though, we feel the film is a little mid, Kiko and I. Like, I like the film. It's good. I enjoyed it, but not as much as Riley loved it. But that said, people have decisions to make. This one is a little bit closer in terms of price. If we're looking at the deluxe, the premium Robert Pattinson with the rooted hair. If you go to the sculpted hair version, then this is much more similar, much closer. Then I'm taking the deluxe Hot Toys, the Batman, with the cool base and all that type of stuff. So, optical. If we're looking at the two Batmans here, this is a tough one. To me, the decision is easy, but I don't want to sway you. So, what do you think? 500 for the InArt or 375 for the Batman Deluxe?
This one's a lot closer in price. So the value,
Right.
because I'm always about the value, because I
Right.
don't want to what you're getting out of the thing is the Batman that you chose, I think is the deluxe with the base.
Yep. Yep.
So I guess the difference would be a lot if you choose the regular one, which is like what's that, $300, right? So that
Right.
would be like $200 difference. The 500 is the deluxe. Is that the one with the
This is
rooted
the
hair?
deluxe with the rooted hair. Yep.
Okay. I have no intention of combing Robert Pattinson's hair, so I don't really care about that rooted hair anyway.
Yeah.
If we go both like regular version, this is because if honestly, if you add tax and shipping with the Batman from Hot Toys, you probably get a lot closer to the InArt version.
Right.
Like if you factor in tax, which is 10% in Illinois and the shipping and all that stuff. So now the difference you might be looking at $50 or so. So that makes it a little bit better, like the value wise. So in here, I haven't pre-ordered either. So I don't know. I want to see both, But so far in this battle, like if you make both Batman not the deluxe, I think I would go with InArt on this one. Because just by looking at this two prototypes, I mean, it's InArt just looks better just by looking at both of them. Now, having them in hand, we don't know yet, but just looking at what we have in front of us and the values in the price difference is not going to matter that much. I would say InArt on this one.
Yeah. Optical, you surprised me with that answer, bro. But I love it because I'm actually, again, not the biggest fan of the film. But when I see this figure, I almost want the figure. I want to watch the film again and kind of see what I feel about it. But I'm not going to pick up a character I don't really care that much about, regardless of how good the figure looks. But I've heard such great things of people who saw this figure at the InArt event in Las Vegas, and it's phenomenal. And I saw the videos, obviously, so it's a really, I just think the tail, like the armor, the tailoring, the outfit, the head sculpts, everything is improved on the InArt figure compared to the Hot Toys one. The price the difference here isn't insane. This Hot Toys one could obviously go lower, but we're talking about right now, right? So right now it's retail. So Kiko, what do you think about this one? 500 for InArt, 375 for Batman. We're talking about InArt, the premium version too, with rooted hair, and then you get the second head sculpt with the cowl.
So we've talked about this when we were comparing them. I think personally right now that the Hot Toys head sculpt is a little bit better. That's just my opinion. Maybe I haven't seen the film enough to be able to tell. So maybe that's part of it. I'm going to go against optical here because I think that, yes, you can get closer to the InArt number, I guess, if you want to call it that. But there's still a lot of questions I have, is that we still only have one figure in hand. Okay. So that being the Joker. Well, some people have it in hand. I certainly don't. We only have one to go off of. And who knows where this one comes out. Maybe this is the third, fourth one to come. With that being said, I don't know how quality and posability and all that stuff's going to work. We know what we can kind of expect from the Hot Toys one. And I think you do get a little bit more with the Hot Toys one for the value. I really do think that. I am hesitant about the damn cape. If we get a good cape on the Hot Toys one, I think that is the win for me, mainly because it's a mid film and I'm never going to be paying that much for a mid figure with InArt. But I think you're getting better value for the Hot Toys one. And if you are local based, you're getting this from Sideshow. If something goes wrong, you have the replacement options. I was just talking, with Nick about the broken Ahsoka and things like that. Because I know he got his, he didn't get his from Sideshow. So he said, okay, I need to contact someone because my arm broke. What do I do? You don't have that option. What if something breaks? That's a question for you, Will, because I know you chatted on the InArt stuff. If something breaks with your Joker, how do you fix that?
Yeah,
And
so I
and
guess
then what do you do with your Batman if it breaks?
right. So it depends on who you bought it from. That's why I really like Kit and Todd from Spec Fiction. If you really like a US retailer, then Todd would be the way to go because it's much easier to ship the figure to Todd in California and then him have it ship it back to China or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's going to take some time. I mean, no doubt about it. It's not going to be as easy as a sideshow experience. No doubt. Because I've even talked to Todd about it and he's like, yeah, like we'll do replacements, but it's going to take a while because you're going to have to ship it to me, then I'm going to have to ship it to China and they're going to have to send a replacement. So yeah, it's going to take some time. That's just the nature of this, how it works, Kiko, because this is not licensed in
Yeah.
North America. So Kit would
And
be
to
the same,
me-
except you'd have to ship it back to China. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, I would much rather say I would like to me that $150, that peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, I'm set. You know, I
Right.
got a great figure. It works. We're good to go. I got a lot of stuff with it. And to me, I think that is the easy choice for me. Not dissuading anybody that obviously wants to go all out, you know, for this. And as Nick is spouting off in the comments, I don't have one in hand, so I can't speak to this god tier figure that everyone has apparently. So I don't know. Maybe whenever I get one, I would love to be able to have an official a say in this. But for now, it's going to have to be the Hot Toys one.
Yeah, it's understandable.